Hey everyone, my name is Jody, and I want to thank you for joining me. So, do you have fears? Shh, everyone does. Everybody has fears. So, how can we successfully face our fears? Well, first, understanding that you are not alone, that everyone has something that they are afraid of. It takes away some of the power that fear holds over us. And when we avoid things that we fear, it makes our fears bigger. However, facing our fears actually can help us to be stronger. So when we face our fears, it helps us, and we don't have to take it all at once. Understanding that too. Number one, ask ourselves, should I be really scared? Is it something that actually is scary? Because sometimes our imagination runs away with us, and that doesn't make any of those feelings less real, but we have to think about it. And it's sometimes when you're afraid, you don't always think clearly about it. So ask yourself, should I really be scared? And then ask yourself, is my fear based on facts, or is it based on what I actually think will happen? Because when we're afraid, we tend to blow it out of proportion a little bit. Now, there is actual fears. Like if you're standing on a cliff, you need to use safety materials like ropes and stuff. And if you're standing on a cliff, you need to back up. If you're going to climb a mountain, you need to have safety gear. But we're not talking about that kind of fear, like the fear that keeps us from running out into a street. Okay, we're not talking about that kind of fear. We're talking about the kind of fears that we can manage, that have nothing to do with being safe. So ask yourself, what's the worst that would happen, and how likely is that to happen? Because sometimes it's actually not really likely. Sometimes we're projecting our fear into something that is actually not really going to happen. So ask yourself, what is the worst thing that could happen, and how likely is it that it will happen? Then relax. Calm down. When you're in the grip of fear, it's hard to think clearly. So try a breathing exercise. Try something to take it down a notch so that you can get into a calm state of mind. Hey, Dylan, so that you can actually think clearly and think reasonably. Is this really going to happen? Talk it out. Talk out your fear with someone that you know and someone that you trust that will give you sound advice. Not someone that's going to feed into the fear, but someone who's going to really talk it out with you. Take small steps. Maybe you have a fear of going into large crowds. So take a smaller step. Go into a smaller area. Of course, right now we're social distancing. Some of us are in lockdown. So take a step to, safely social distance, but go into a smaller store. Maybe you have a fear of large stores, so don't go into Walmart or Sam's or Costco. Instead, go into maybe like a Dollar General or a Walgreens or someplace that's safer and smaller crowds. And then make sure when you face your fear, okay, always celebrate that. Celebrate that. Celebrate that you are proud of yourself for facing your fear. Because the more you think about the fact that you are celebrating it, it gives you the courage to continue making steps forward. It takes away the power that fear is holding. Like personally, I have a fear of swimming. Okay. So the things that I do to face my fear is I put my face in the shower, things like that are smaller steps to help me to accomplish the bigger step. Okay. So also break it down into manageable chunks. Like always take away your take away the fear's power over you. So go into manageable chunks. And that way, understand that when you're doing this, your fear may never completely disappear. It may never completely disappear, but you can learn to manage it. You can learn to take control over it by doing smaller things to help you to reset your mindset about it, and also so that you can learn to control it. And once you realize that you have a measure of control over it, then you'll feel better about it. So I hope these tips have helped. And by the way, I was talking to a friend of mine just a little bit ago, and it was nothing to do with fear, but we were talking about healthy recipes. And so if you would like those healthy recipes, reach out to me. I have several of those that can help to, they're healthy and yet they're also good for you, and they are helping you with weight loss too. So if you'd like those recipes, reach out to me because I can send you those. So I hope this is helpful. Please share. Thank you. Bye.